Hello again, everybody. It is I, Lightning Bliss, and I am back from Bronycon. I am trying to do a proper video editing for this last vlog I'm doing because I know my other vlogs have been either really choppy or not exactly focused. It's because I'm doing this on my phone and my I don't have a decent video camera. Anyway. I'm just gonna get started on things that I got from the con, and I'll say a few words afterwards. So, first, this is from what I personally bought at the convention. I barely got time to actually wander the convention because, well, for one thing, it was a massive vendor hall, and of course, me and Silver Quill, we had our table to run, and it felt like every time I went to go look around at the vendor halls, Silver Quill needed my assistance because we got either too many fans at the table or he had to go to a panel. But we both still got our time to look around and we had a ton of fun. But on that note, I finally found something from my childhood that I was able to get at a decent price. For those who are not a fan of G1, this is the first official favorite pony that I fell in love with from Generation 1, the pilot episode, My Little Pony Escape from Midnight Castle. And this is Firefly. She was the pony who flew off to go get help because they were being attacked by Tarek. And she's a little banged up. She's her Q-mark's kind of worn down on one side, but yeah, there were apparently two versions of her, and I got the one from my childhood, and I'm very happy I got to be reunited with her. I used to have tons of these toys when I was a kid, and I foolishly sold them thinking nobody liked them anymore, and it wasn't cool to have toys anymore. So there's that. Here's a tradition I'm starting with going to cons lately that I'm not going to stop doing because it's become a habit. But basically, this is my bling. This is my con badges from previous cons, including Bronycon, and the badges that I like to wear. So, yeah, it's quite a lot of stuff on here. I mean, I got this one from 2016 Pacific PonyCon. This one's from previous Nightmare Nights. And, oh, this badge in particular, this was made by Samet Lion. And he made quite a few of these for our friends, and he gave me one in person. He gave me one by mailing it to me, and I really, really like it. A lot of people have come up and talked about it, and I really love it. And thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. I even got a little sentiment from Bronycon that I really thought represented Lightning Bliss in a pretty way, and it's a rainbow gem wrapped in chainmail. Thought that was pretty. And then of course I have my Bronycon vendor tag, and I'm just gonna hang on to that. I even bought no, I didn't buy it. Silver Quill gave me one of his own badges that I'm very happy about. And another person, I think it was Sapphire, she gave me this. Thought that was really cute. And another vendor was handing out these tiny little pair of sprites, and so many things to put on my con bling here that I just love it. I love it all. And then I got a little thingy from a fan who was handing these out to me and Josh Scorcher and 2 Critic, and it's my favorite pony from G4, Twilight Sparkle. She's a little jello bubble. Isn't she adorable? Thought that was cute, and I'm gonna keep her safe in here at all times. And now to move on to some fan art. Before I move on to the fan art, I gotta show you some of these things. Man, I'm almost there. I'm almost there to the fan art. So finally, 2 Critic had lived up to his word and finally got me this. It is my original image, Bonnie Zacharel's Alicorn, and she is responsible for G1. Basically, she's the Celestia of our fans, or community. And I finally got the autograph that he promised to get me. And unfortunately, I had a rough trip getting here. but overall the autograph still looks good, and I'm gonna frame it as soon as I can. So thank you, Zach, for doing that for me. I still remember what you did, and and that's never gonna leave me. This one is very, very special. I got an autograph from Tara Strong, but here's the story behind it. See, I couldn't leave my table to go get an autograph from Tara Strong. The lines were sometimes 3 to 5 hours long, and I had to be at my vendor table so I could make money. And the Wilstonator and Joe Wilstonator, also known as Jasper Pie, waited in line for 5 hours while saving me a spot, and they texted me as soon as they got close, and then I would rush off to join them, and that's how I got the autograph and was able to meet Tara Strong in person. We didn't exchange a whole lot of words other than that she asked me am I joining the con, and I said yes, and I thanked her for her time because I know she's a busy person, and I certainly did not want to hold up the line because so many people were behind us waiting to get their chance to get an autograph and speak to Tara Strong. Thank you, Will and Joey, for giving me that chance and waiting for so long to get in line, and just thank you so much. Something about Bronycon really seems to bring out the happiness and generosity of other people, and I experienced a lot of that and a ton of support during that time. But anyway, I am diddle-dallying, and I'm going to move on to some fan art. So this is a nice little piece. This girl showed me her progress the day before, and then she finalized it. Isn't that amazing? I really love it. It's a human version of Lightning Bliss. And then a bunch of kids came up to me, and then this one has a note on the back that I'm going to be reading soon. It's so cool how people take the time to make these. Sometimes some of these were made at the last second and they turned out amazing. And this one was made by another little girl. Her name was Amber. Apparently Lightning Bliss is doing a Sonic Rain Boom. I thought that was really cute. I know my FC would never do that because like I don't want to rip off Rainbow Dash. Oh, this one is very special because it gave me inspiration. This little girl and her father came up, and she drew this last second. It's Lightning Bliss, and she's looking very, very angry. I am not cute, she says, along with some text at the bottom. And I fell in love with this one in particular because at the time I was talking to Silver Quill about t-shirt designs, and this one came up, and I was just like blown away by the design and the expression, and because that's just so like Lightning Bliss, or myself for that matter. I asked the girl and her father, could I use this as inspiration for a t-shirt design? And the girl was like so happy that I was that inspired, and they said go right ahead, and I can't begin to thank them enough if they're watching. I'll be making a t-shirt design based off this concept, and I might even just write those little initials, NP, a Bronycon date, to let them know that I do acknowledge that this concept idea was their own. So thank you so much for that. It's a special one. This was the original sketch for my Christmas special with Silver Quill. The original, the finished drawing could be seen on the video, but this is the actual sketch, where basically Silver Quill is trying to scare Lightning Bliss with a Christmas tree. Me and Silver Quill debated on who would have it, and he insisted I take it home, so I thought that was really sweet. This image was printed off a DA page, and it's really cute, and it's got KP, Ink Roast, Sweetie Bloom, Lightning Bliss, Toon Critic, and Firebrand, and we're all babies apparently, and we're being adopted. This one had quite some effort put into it. It was ink style, it looks like. Very nicely done. I love how everybody comes up with different styles of Lightning Bliss. It's just so cool to look at. And this one was a printed vector image. I thought that was really nice. I like the color of the background. It really makes Lightning Bliss pop. I'll have to consider using that color to help her pop out more. And somebody else printed a vector of Lightning Bliss. It's really sweet. So, this was my first year at Bronycon. I remember originally saying that I didn't want to go. I was too scared and did not have any confidence. The only reason why I would want to go is because I would like to see if I would actually make a profit there. This whole Bronycon thing has been, originally it was anxiety and stress and the fear of failure. And when I got there, I was greeted by Dr. Wolf and Lady Wolf, and they were the first to show me around and escort me and help me to feel relaxed. And then I met everybody else. I'm still trying to process all of what just happened in the last weekend of 3 days, and most of what I can remember is love and support and so much generosity. Sorry, I'm getting a little touchy. I remember having so many doubts that I wasn't gonna do well and that I would never come back, but it came, everybody was just so supportive. Dr. Wolf, Silverquill, and Toon Critic, and Josh, and Will, and Joey, and Sketchy. Everybody had been telling me I was going to do fine, and that I would succeed, and they were right. And not only did I pay off my expenses to come to the con in general, but I've saved up more than enough money to replace my computer tower, which I've been needing for a while, because apparently my computer is running on live support. My first Bronycon, and I remember everybody's support, and the TF2 panel in particular, that blew my mind. I remember there was a massive line. I had no idea how big this was going to get, and then I saw the line, and it kind of terrified me a bit. I tried not to show my nerve. I tried to keep a smile on, and I feel like I succeeded, but in reality I was terrified and nervous. I mean, I was excited too, but at the same time I was worried about would they like the content, especially that special animatic I did, which I will probably upload this Friday. And then afterwards, Dr. Wolf advertised that we would be signing autographs in the vendor hall, and that terrified me even more. There was a massive line in the vendor hall, and poor Silverquill had to deal with it before we got there, and everybody was excited to sign autographs except me. I admit, I was so nervous that we were clogging up the vendor hall, that the Bronycon staff might close us down or something. That was an over-exaggerated fear I had, and at the time, while everybody was signing autographs, I was pacing back and forth. My palms were sweating, and I didn't know what to do with myself other than to sign autographs like everybody else. But Lady Wolf, she and I have become rather good friends lately, and she helped to keep me calm and not worry too much about it. And hearing that from her, who is a lot more timid than me, made me feel a lot more relaxed. And of course, Doc and Toon did their best to ease my concerns, and the Bronycon staff were amazing. They were very understanding, and they even helped to control the line. That was one heck of an experience. I admit that I am very tired from this convention, and I'm still trying to process what happened. But I can definitely say it has been a great success, and I do intend to come back next year. I mean, what more can I say other than I'm grateful for all the support and from my friends and from the fans who came up to me and wanted to talk to me and told me I was an inspiration and that I make them smile all the time, and that really did touch me a lot. There were times where I felt like I wanted to cry because people were just that inspired. It's moments like those that make me realize that I'm very lucky to have such wonderful support from people like you and from friends, and what more could I ask for other than to keep going and doing what I love to do. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for all the support. And by all means, if y'all haven't gone to a con yet, you need to consider going to one. They are fun, great ways to make friends and befriend others and meet people you like. And I'll be heading to Nightmare Nights this year, and next year I'll be going to Pacific PonyCon, and after that I'll be planning out for more conventions. So keep an eye out for those rainbows, guys. They will make you smile.